Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And I thought for today, for Tuesday, we take a look at the lesson that's assigned from the book of the prophet Isaiah. Remember, we're doing Isaiah both morning and evening prayer. And as somebody mentioned last night at our Alpha course, a lot of these readings, Isaiah and the readings, especially from Revelation, are a little on the dark side, right? Things are getting a little gruesome. And of course, Advent has a bit of that feel, that theme, as we're looking forward to the end times part. I mean, most of us are focusing on the secular celebration that's coming and all the joy of the church celebration of the birth of Jesus, right? That's coming up at the end of Advent as well. But the church also wants us to look at the end time, what it is, what is God doing, and what will happen at the end of time. And of course, Revelation ties into that real well. And yet, the book of the prophet Isaiah, the prophecy that's coming is that, in fact, Israel is going to be punished for its unfaithfulness. And yet there are still signs of hope. And chapter 30, beginning at verse 18, gives us a little sense of that. And therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore he will be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord is a God of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem, and shall weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye shall turn to the right hand, and when ye shall turn to the left. Ye shall defile also the covering of the graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, Get thee hence. Then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal, and the bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be fat and plenteous. In that day shall the cattle feed in large pastures. The oxen likewise, and the young asses that ear the ground shall eat clean provender, which have been winnowed with the shovel and with the fan. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and streams of waters in the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the day of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold as the light of 7 days, in the day the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people, and healeth the stroke of their wound. Okay, so when we talk about the hill of Zion, of course, Zion at Jerusalem, that becomes also code for Judah. Remember that the kingdom of Israel has been divided actually into two kingdoms shortly after the death of Solomon, right, David's son. And so you have the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Judah. The Judah are the faithful tribes. They're the ones who have stayed the longest. Now, in the end, they will end up being also removed from Israel. But the tribes of Israel, they move right into apostasy right away. They start worshiping Baal, sacrificing their children to false gods, all those sort of things. I mean, sacrificing children, full stop, that itself is evil, but doing it for false gods' sake makes it even more incredibly evil. And so they are the ones who are going to be dispersed first. And yet Isaiah gives some hope that that these false prophets, these graven images, those who fall into it, that this shall be covered up, and in fact a time is coming when they will be restored, for their faithfulness God will judge where they're wrong, and yet he has not given up hope on them as well. So anyway, so Isaiah, it can be very wonderful. And it helps, like I said, as I've mentioned before, to get a good study Bible and go ahead and read those notes at the bottom. It helps kind of point out we're in Jeremiah, because Jeremiah and Isaiah overlap, where it is that they're discussing these particular things and the need for hope. This is my revised standard version of the New Oxford Annotated Bible. And it's got all sorts of good notes in it, including I've got my little tabs that I added onto it so I can get to them quickly. But I do encourage you to read, mark, learn, and inwardly digest as you're studying your scriptures. So today's Tuesday. We do have 12:15 Holy Communion and 4 o'clock evening prayer, and I do hope that you can join us here at St. John's or online. And of course, we also have our Advent lunchtime meditation available about 12 o'clock as well, if you are on these same live stream channels. And may God bless you with a Tuesday that is overwhelming with his grace.